A Norwegian reefer goes aground on the west coast of Scotland. This is from the Maritime Exclusive, and it was published on the 11th of March 2025. A Norwegian reefer ship narrowly avoided disaster after grounding on the remote shores of the Hebrides. At about 2 a.m. on Monday morning, a Norwegian flag reefer dragged anchor and grounded on a rocky shoreline near the village of Brackish on the Isle of Skye. HM Coast Guard received a distress call from the ship and called in 2 local RNLI lifeboats. The Kyle RNLI volunteer rescue team got underway at 2:25 and were on the scene by 2:40. They found that the ship's stern was aground on the rocks and that the wind and the seas were setting the vessel towards the shore. There was a risk that the ship could have been pushed broadside into the rocks. There were no signs of pollution in the water and no injuries were reported, so the lifeboat stood by while the ship made efforts to free itself from the rocks. A second lifeboat arrived at 3:40 and joined the standby operation. At 4:15, the ship's crew managed to free the ship using their own thrusters and engines. The RNLI stood by until a tug arrived on the scene to assist and then headed back to port. It was very important for the RNLI to stay on the scene to ensure there was no on-scene damage underneath the waterline, which could pose a risk to the crews, or any pollution coming from the vessel which could pose a danger to the environment. The reefer is 2,700 DWT and operated by Norlines. For anyone who don't know, a reefer means refrigerated cargo ship. This is a fairly small one, looks to be new, in very good shape, and they're very, very lucky. They ran aground stern first and somehow managed to get themselves off the rocks. Looks like a terrible place to go ashore, and most places is a terrible place to go ashore. Not a very nice day. Obviously they dragged anchor for a reason and smashed up against the rocks. How they got her out of there by themselves is beyond me. They got very, very lucky, that's for sure. Doesn't seem to be any major damage to the ship, and they're off to wherever to get repairs. I'm sure they'll need some kind of repairs. Definitely need to do some kind of inspection, but they got very, very lucky here, that's for sure. Alright guys, there it is. As always, thanks for watching. If you're new here and you like these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you on the next one.